Hi, this is HMG RISQUARD. I am going to do a video on 2v2 on pyramids. I'm playing along SK Marsh, who is playing as Britain. I'm going to be playing as France. We're facing a couple of the xxii clan guys, so it's going to be a clan match. We have Christoph and Cape Man from their clan who's going to be playing. So it's basically my deployment at the moment. Yeah, so that's pretty much all the information I can give you for the moment, and I'll come back to you. Right, so we're off. Clearly the xxii clan members want to take this hill. There's a lot of cavalry going there. We've got, wow, that's a lot of cavalry. Marshall's going to race up from his side. Got armies racing there, Ottoman army, the men are racing there. I'm going to basically swing around. I'm in a bit of a jumbled up mess at the minute, but I'm going to swing around the sides and the back here. Marshall's going to form up there. Respect for taking life hussars. A lot of respect. One of my favourite units in the game. Right, so the cavalry charge came in. This is where they're going to attack. Not a bad position to start their attack from, really. Marsh failed to form square with that Highland foot there, but he's formed square with his other ones. I think he made square with his foot guards, yeah he did. But what I did with my cavalry, because I could see that he was going to make a push over here, I sent my cavalry into his lines to stop him from being able to push up and take full advantage of attacking Marsh here. So he's going to send a cav unit in to help take out that my one cavalry in a minute. They do have a lot more cavalry than us, so I don't really want to be... I didn't want to be throwing my cavalry away too early. So there's another cavalry coming in now. There's melee infantry coming up. I think Marsh fails to hit the square with that Highland foot.
Our men are running, sir!
I was reluctant to use another cavalry at this stage. Square's going to take a lot of damage. So we've got the melee infantry coming in now. I wanted to make sure I saved my cavalry for his melee. It's the best thing to use against it. Managed to get some shots off at his cavalry, which helped to rout that a little bit quicker, and I'm going to do a nice rear charge into these Simats, these Simat Janissaries, and get them killed off as quickly as I can. I'll try and pull my cavalry out before it gets absolutely annihilated. Right, so Marsh is actually they are grinding him down and grinding him down, but they are throwing a lot of resources in to try and break this flank. And nothing if not persistent. I'm going to turn my cavalry around again, try and get some shots off on this cavalry, but he's going to charge my... So that is a seal to a guard they're going to end up losing. very powerful cavalry unit, and it also inspires men as well. Get my old guard into play here. Marsh looked like he needed a bit of backup. We have another shelter guard coming in. Too many hits on my old guard for my liking.
Our men are running, sir!
So, with their persistence, they've actually managed to start gaining control over this area of the field. Seeing that the cavalry was coming over from that side, I moved my shooter cavalry over to shoot any of their cavalry that's going to be the Ottoman cavalry that could be coming over to hit my light infantry. Form square with these units, try and kill as much as I could, and pull my light infantry back. But I'm going to put that straight back into place again because I need that to. I need that in the position where it is. Try and kill as many of these semats as possible. It's been a heck of a fight from this corner of the hill, but Marsh is like with the squares that he had failed to hit. He'd taken a lot of damage from the cavalry charges, and he just wasn't able to hold this part of the hill up. So this actually is like with them taking this, although they used a lot of resources to take this part of the hill. It does give them a bit of a strategic advantage, but it's down to them whether they capitalise on that advantage or not. Had a good and pretty interesting game.
Infantry!
So that's going to be coming in again. That with the shelter guard, they'll be enough to rout these British units easily. Coldstreams, we're having a lot of trouble getting rid of that Ottoman line infantry. Right, so seeing the situation over there, I decided to start putting some pressure over on this side. My main objective here is to start hitting the Ottoman player and just try and hold this, try and hold the Prussian in place. I do have a load of Prussian cavalry behind me, but I'm moving my front ranks forward and leaving my other men facing the other way. So if they want to start trying to get any rear charges on me and then push up, like hammer and anvil strikes and things, then my men are ready to shoot the cavalry as it comes near. I will use my cavalry to good effect against his, even though I only have this chasseur cheval. I need to reposition to protect this flank a lot better. This could have been a very good opportunity for him to charge my my light infantry here, my 2 Voltigeurs, and then like once he's charged these guys, just carry on straight through, and he'd be back into his own, in amongst his own men again. That could have been a very good opportunity that they missed. If I was them as well in this situation, with these men that they have up on the hill, with the cavalry they have behind us, this would be a very good. But what they've decided to do is remain completely rigid on the hill, and this is the point. Yeah, it gives you a bit of a strategic advantage being on the hill and up on higher ground, but there are times when you want to hold the higher ground, and then there's times when you should come down off of there because it's just, you really should be attacking. And this is one of them times. They should be attacking. There's no cavalry really that I could send into his lights. So these line units don't necessarily really need to be here. Maybe one of them, and you can send 2 of these units over onto this hill and then push down into my flank. Or you can turn onto Marsh and hit him in the flank, you know, forcing me to move up here. But I have limited space. I mean, my numbers are my men are outnumbered over on my right flank. They could afford to push. They are going up against guard units, and they probably will take a lot of casualties, but they'll do a lot of damage to me before I'm actually able, if I'm able, to rout those units. But they're very reluctant to push up and attack me. I went to sort of, I think they folded back and kept folding back, which I was quite happy about, because the more they folded back and got themselves more confined on that hill, the easier it was for me. The better it was for me to be able to push up against them and fight. You need, really, if you are, in my opinion, I think you would have been better served being fully stretched out and trying to get round on my flank, use that cavalry, push the attacks. We haven't got any cavalry left. I'm going to use this cavalry, right, as bait, basically, to try and get one of these units to come in range, right. So I'm going to try and get shot off with my chasseur cheval. We'll do that in a minute. So I'm going to run my chasseur cheval away, and I'm going to get some beautiful shots onto his dragoons there, and that'll end up routing and shattered. So that's a pretty good use of cavalry here, to be fair. I'm going to push my it's a bit of a difficult position for me on this one, because if that, like this, I'm really weak here, and with this cavalry behind me, I'm very vulnerable. And this is the point where they should be. If they're going to attack me, then they should be attacking me here. Get round on my flanks over here. I mean, yeah, just routed one. They've still got cavalry up the hill. They've still got semats. Bang that! Push the attacks. Marsh is actually taking a lot of damage over here, and things at this stage of the battle are really not looking good for us. We're in pretty bad shape, to be fair. So, cavalry charge coming in here. I'm going to try and use target fire as much as I can with my light infantry to hit the Ottoman line. I want to get rid of the line infantry. I need to reduce the line infantry numbers. The light infantry isn't really a big issue, because they'll end up running out of ammo before my line actually gets fully involved. Young guard and old guard pushing up that hill. He's planning on using his cavalry. I'll no longer form square with that unit, so he's probably going to charge that in pretty soon. I'm going to target fire on that semat. That does too much damage to my young guard. I need to get that killed off pretty quick. Seeing the threat coming in from the cavalry here, I'm going to turn my old guard to face that. So I'll get some very quick, accurate shots off of my old guard. Pretty good. Like, I mean, this is the sort of thing they need to be doing to me, really. Like, he's realised that he needs to put pressure on this flank, but it's just not enough. If you're going to put these men, all these light infantry are protected. We can't get to these men. And those light infantry can do a lot of damage to them, even if Marsh pushes up against them really close with his line and everything. He'll do a lot of damage, so I mean it's not necessarily beneficial for Marsh to be pushing up against the Prussian opponent, but these two units are doing nothing. If they were actually over here with these Ottoman units and the Prussian cavalry and the Ottoman cavalry, then they could really push in and attack here and do a lot of damage. They're very reluctant to they're very rigid on trying to keep that hill, keep that position up on the hill. Which is, if they're not careful, it'll end up leading to be their rigidness is going to be their downfall. Right, I'm going to close off the game here for a minute, and I'll come back in a bit for the next. Just to give you a quick update on what's going on. I went to move my cavalry around the back, but they're just going to close up, so I can't get round to the rear. But as they're moving back, you see the lines are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and getting more bunched together, and that's what I want. That's what's good for me with my guards.
Our brave ally has fallen, sir.
That's what's good for me with my guards that I have here like this. Them all bunched up like that is exactly what I need. If they are, but they're really, should have said stretched out and like really tried, maybe even because he had more units than me. He could have moved a unit round to the flank, kept trying to get
our men are running, sir.
Flanking shots against me, send that cavalry in against me, even if it's only just one of the cavalry units. Of all those units firing, it's going to do a lot of damage, even if they're only musketeers. So there's going to be. But what I'm going to do, seeing that the Ottoman player, I need to clear these units out here. They're all depleted.
One of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
They're not going to take too much damage. They're not going to take too long to clear these units. They're only going to hang around.
One of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
Hang around for a little while because of the generals are close by. But I'm going to send my 18th Regiment, the Brave, up this hill, right? If I'd have used this unit correctly, right, then I would have been able to clear probably all of those units that are on that hill. But what I'd done wrong, very foolishly, as I might add as well, I did not see the cavalry charge coming. I did not see it. Even when I was looking at it, it wasn't until it was like literally too late. Just too late to do anything about it, and he'd managed to get a clean charge with his men in melee as well, and then he'd charge from his general, and this unit just ends up getting wasted to nothing. Which if I'd have just formed square, I would have been able to kill the cavalry, probably kill that general, and get the units routed. That's how important it is to make sure you hit your squares. As you can see, bang. Whole unit just reduced to nothing.
Our men are running, sir.
And that's all because I missed a square. He's going to keep getting pot shots off with his light infantry against my guard units. He's trying to knock down my old guard with that Prussian light, which is probably quite wise, really. A bit annoying for me, but it's quite wise. Still got those cavalry, not really doing a lot around here. I mean, they could use it against Marsh. I mean, look at these units here. They can't form square. Just smash them. Push down that hill and shoot that unit while it's in square. That foot unit while it's in square. But they're not doing anything with this cav.
Sir! Sir! Our general is under attack!
They need to be pushing an attack against me. But
one of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
I know that I can't push out a full frontal attack against these units still as they are, because I probably will take that little bit too much damage right now, and with their cavalry I just can't I just can't do an attack just yet. Just get some nice shots off on that Brandenburg Uhlans, but it's going to come back. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to just keep getting positions on him and just pick away and chip and chip and chip away at his men. Take him down one unit by unit by unit until it's safe enough for me to push up my old guard, and I know I'm going to be able to beat him with what I have left. Marsh is just able to keep him interested on this side of the hill as well. So there was a lot of staring and that and looking around, not too much going on. So I'm going to use my old young guard to rout that musketeer. But just as they do it,
One of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
run out of ammo. Right, I'll come back for the final stage of the battle in one moment, or am I going into that now? No, I'm going to go into it now. I do apologise. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to send my young guard into melee against these musketeers. Get my old guard firing on and see if we can get this musketeer finished off. Basically, I just want to keep breaking these units that they're having to put into this area to hold it.
Our men are running, sir. Mettez-vous à couvert, imbécile.
That's what I couldn't quite understand. I was clicking on my general to attack these units and kill these units, but they were running into the firing range of that musketeer over there. That's what I really couldn't quite understand. Clicking on this unit to charge it, and it was running into firing range of that unit. Really don't get the AI pathing on this sometimes. Really quite frustrating. So as you can see, they're gradually getting weakened down, and we're weakening them down slow, a little bit at a time. With my guards and their musketeers, they're not really going to stand much of a chance. They need to, if anything, they need to concentrate on getting Marsh out of the picture so they can just concentrate the rest of their forces all on me. Right, I'll come back for the final part. Seeing an opportunity here to be able to finish these units, I knew that Marsh's foot unit would be able to beat this musketeer in a straight up shootout, and if Marsh can get his men into melee, they'll beat his units as well, and I can get a cav charge and we can free up these units, and it'll get rid of these ones, and we'll be able to just go out on a full out attack against all these other units as well. So as soon as these guys have fired their first shots, I'm going to send my general in. There we go. We'll charge that unit. Have a little bit of a fight with the general.
This is a black day.
So I lost my general, but I've got old guard, so I have the inspiration from my old guard, so I don't have to worry too much about losing my general. It's a bit of a pain in the arse.
Following orders, a double!
Right, so I'm going to speed this up just for the end of the battle. Get things moved along. It's just going to go into all out attack in a minute. Just going to clear these units with my old guard. 8th life's going to rout. So we go. We had to move in on them now. I've got that Brit unit can come in behind. Just managed to slowly pick them off and pick them off. I was quite impressed how well this musketeer pitted up against my guard seaman there. As you can see, it's pretty much the end of the battle. I'd like to say good game to our opponents. It was a really good game. Really did enjoy it. It was quite a lot of fun. And would love to play you guys again sometime. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, hit the like button. Please always leave a comment as well, saying
We
your
have
thoughts.
killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
And yeah, so I'll see you again next time, guys. And thanks for watching. Let's let it play through to the end, which is probably just about now. Come on, hurry up. Yeah,
A glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
I hate that. So I'm gonna have to turn those sort of sounds off. Right. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time, guys. Bye.